continued wave of death-dealing explosions yesterday at Area Defense Headquarters. As in previous occasions, the authorities are unable to detect the cause of these blasts, which have done untold damage. Who could possibly be doing this?
Well, there are several theories, Joan. But so far, no one is even sure what kind of explosives are being used or how they're set off. Maybe Mr. Henderson will have some information for us when he gets in from Washington.
That guy Henderson wouldn't tell you what time it is. Just what is his job, anyway?
He won't tell you that either, Ted, but it's a big one. He only answers to a few people in this country of ours. I think that... Hello, Mr. Henderson.
Hello, Commander Cody. Ted, Miss Gilbert, how are you getting along with the rocket ship?
As well as can be expected, sir. Our tests with the model are satisfactory. If the government will let us make a few test flights with the rocket...
It's out of the question. This whole project's strictly top secret. Since you people developed the rocket ship for us, and we'll be the ones operating it, it has been decided that you should know more of our plans. I've been authorized to tell you this much. Its primary use will be to combat this wave of sabotage and destruction of our defense system.
You mean the government knows what's causing it?
Not definitely, but tests of the wreckage show that the explosions are of atomic origin.
You mean someone's dropping atomic bombs on us?
Not bombs. No planes have been observed, and the explosions aren't severe enough.
No, from what I've learned of the nature of the blast, they seem more like an atomic ray of some kind. Of course, that's just a guess.
It's the same guess that we've made, because it's the only possible answer.
But no one has ever been able to make an atomic ray machine.
You mean no one on Earth ever has?
Say, this rocket we're building will be able to fly to the moon. Maybe someone up there has built one that could get down here.
We believe that possible. And for some time, our astronomers have been noticing an unusual amount of atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic blasts on the Earth. The two known facts fit together.
Yes, it adds up. So that's why you want us to fly to the moon?
Yes. And when you get to the moon, find out if these attacks are actually coming from there, and try to devise some plan for stopping them. In the meantime, we'll do what we can with these attacks here. Is your flying suit still working?
Yes.
We may ask you to use it. If a ray gun is being used to cause these blasts, it's probably being operated from the ground. And if you could get to the scene of the attack soon enough, you might be able to find some clue to the attackers.
I'll be glad to try.
Good. We'll phone you as soon as we have any information about another attack.
All right, sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
There she is, right on time. That did it. Let's get over to Kern Pass. That troop train be along soon.
All right, I'll get out there right away. So give me a hand with the flying suit, Ted. A trainload of army supplies was just blasted out in the west end of the valley. A rancher reported he saw a truck parked on a hill overlooking the tracks. There's 2 men in it, working some kind of a gun. They pulled out right after the wreck and headed toward Kern Hills. Henderson's office gave me a description of the truck, so I'm going out to look for it.
I suppose you'll be wanting this.
Yes, I may need it.
You ought to be along any time now. Okay, get set. Let's get out of here.
And leave the ray gun?
What else can we do?
The loss of the ray gun is not too serious. I brought sufficient equipment from the moon to build several of them. But I do not care to have the Earth people learn the secrets of our weapons. From the description you gave me of your attacker's costume, it must have been Commando Cody in his flying suit. He will probably take our ray gun to his laboratory for examination. So you must go there at once and recover the atomic chamber from the ray gun.
That's a large order, Krog. We hired out to work your ray gun. This business of
You were
paying-
hired to do anything that I may consider necessary to pave the way for our invasion from the moon. You're being well paid for your work, so do as you're ordered.
Okay.
Is working on this gun going to hold up finishing the rocket ship?
No. I'll just give it a quick examination and then turn it over to the authorities. We'll still be able to take off for the moon next Wednesday.
Take it easy and you won't get hurt. Move back. There's the unit we want. Grab it. Don't try to follow us.
Krog, calling Reddick. Krog, calling Reddick. Come in, Krog. A rocket ship is leaving here in 5 days to investigate our moon. I did not believe the Earthmen possessed a ship capable of making the journey. I just learned about it myself, but I'm sure my information is correct.
Very well, it is not too serious. We will be prepared to take care of the visitors when they arrive.
I still think this is no trip for a woman.
Now, don't start that again. You'll be very glad to have someone along who can cook your meals.
I'll say we will. Don't give her any more arguments.
Okay. I like to eat, too. Well, boys, that's it.
Well, the best of luck to all of you, sir. Hope this thing works all right.
So do we. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Hiya, folks.
Hello, Hank. All set?
All warmed up. We can take off right now. That is, if the ship will stand up to the test we made with the model.
I think it will. Now, let's go. Safety belts fastened. Fire pilot jets. Fire main jets.
Believe it or not, we are. A lot of miles per minute.
She's living up to the test we made. Set a course for the moon.
Right.
Take over here, will you, Ted? Just about here. Looks like we're on the right track. We ought to be down in another 2 hours. There's a city just ahead.
Where do we sit down?
Let's take her back in those hills where we can find a place to hide the ship. Then I'll fly over the city in the rocket suit.
Okay.
Set her down in that canyon.
Okay.
Going in the right direction, Earthman. Enter the first door you come to. Turn the control. The door will open. Welcome, Commando Cody. I am Rettig, ruler of the moon.
Apparently you were expecting me.
Of course. For many years, our radio has kept us informed of events on Earth. And my men there have advised me of your every move.
I see you have adopted our language.
Yes. All our people are required to speak English, so we can operate more efficiently in your country.
Do you mind telling me why your men are carrying out that campaign of destruction on Earth?
Not at all. They are merely softening up your defenses for our impending invasion.
Why do you want to invade the Earth?
Because the atmosphere on the moon has become so thin and dry, it is impossible for us to raise food, except in pressurized greenhouses. And none of us can move outside without helmets. So we are planning a mass migration to your world.
You will find that conquering the Earth isn't so simple.
Ah, but it will be. Because of our atomic weapons. On the moon, we have an element, lunarium, which is far superior to uranium as a base for atomic reactions. And we can completely control the force of these reactions, enabling us to build atomic weapons ranging from huge cannon to these small ray pistols.
It's very considerate of you to give me all this information.
You deserve some reward for your long journey, but unfortunately, I cannot permit you to return to Earth with it.
Maybe I have something to say about that.
So much for the effectiveness of your weapons. Now I will demonstrate one of ours.
So Riddick plans to invade the Earth with his army from the moon as soon as the saboteurs he already has there finish softening up our defenses.
Do you think you'll be able to do it?
I'm afraid he might. I don't know how many men or rocket ships he has, but his atomic weapons are so far ahead of anything we have, he wouldn't need a very big army.
What did you find out about the ray guns?
Only that they use an element called lunarium instead of uranium as the base for their atomic reactions. They apparently can control the reactions so they will work either as a disintegrating ray or as an explosion like our atomic bomb.
If their weapons are that powerful, it would be impossible for our people to attack them here, even if we had rockets enough to transport an army.
That's right. Apparently, they let us land because they weren't afraid of a single ship. but they would undoubtedly blast down an invading fleet.
Then hadn't we better go back right away and warn our people?
Our orders were to find out if the attacks were coming from here, and if so, to try to figure out some way to stop them.
Those are large orders. All we have is a light machine gun and some hand grenades. They wouldn't do much to that walled city.
No. But there was one of their ray guns in Reddick's laboratory. If I could get hold of that, it would be easy to blast open their pressurized buildings and really put them out of business.
All you've got to do is get the gun.
That may not be too tough. We brought some nitrous oxide with us, didn't we?
Yes, there's a small tank of it.
I'll find the air intake that leads to Reddick's laboratory and turn the gas into it. That ought to put them to sleep long enough to let me get away with the ray gun.
If it's like the gun you found on Earth, it'll be too heavy to carry, let alone fly with.
That's right. But the tripod isn't important. I'll dismantle a gun from the tripod. I think I can handle a gun all right.
Maybe you can, but it'll be quite a load. I better get a helmet and go with you. Hank and Joan can stay here and guard the ship.
Okay. I may need some help at that. You better not come any closer. I'll fly on in and get the gun. I'll manage to lug it back this far myself. With the whole town chasing you, I don't think they can get around outside very well. But we'll find out.
Something's wrong with the ventilating system. Get the oxygen. Guards! Guards! The Earthman has escaped with a ray gun. Send a car out to search for him.
Not yet. Give me a hand with this. We've got to move fast.
He must have come this way. He couldn't have got by the guards at the Canyon Bridge. No, and he won't move very fast carrying that gun.
Keep going. Maybe we can dodge around those rocks and lose them. That looks like a cave. Let's get in there.
We can't follow them in there. Set the ray gun at constant heat. We'll melt the cliff and bury them alive. Right.
That side. What about that tank? We may be able to take care of it.
That will finish them.
Give me a hand grenade.
He must have gotten out. Let's move out of here.
That does it, Ted. Let's get back to the rocket ship.
Too bad you lost that ray gun. You'll have a tough time getting another one now.
We haven't a chance of getting one. We couldn't possibly attack their city with any of our weapons.
That isn't the worst of it. They've already tracked us halfway to this ship, so they know about where we are. It's only a question of time until they find us.
One blast from that ray gun will pop this ship like a toy balloon.
Maybe we better get back to Earth.
I think so. We've accomplished the most important part of our mission. We discovered that Reddick has planned to lead an invasion from the moon as soon as the saboteurs finish softening up our defenses. And it's up to us to get that information back to Earth. How soon can we take off?
Well, I've got to build up the pressure in all the tanks and warm up the jets. Maybe a couple hours.
Then get started. I'll fly out and scout around until you're ready.
Scout 7 reporting to headquarters. Scout 7 reporting to headquarters.
Come in.
I found the Earthman's rocket ship, Your Excellency. It's in a canyon, only about a mile west where our scout car was attacked.
Splendid. I'll send another car out after it at once. Stay there and keep watch.
Yes, sir.
Ship. I took care of him, but I'm afraid he'd already reported us. How much longer before we can take off?
One of those tanks is headed this way.
How about it, Hank?
I won't guarantee the results, but we can try. Here goes, all jets. Looks like we may make it.
If we get out of range of their ray gun in time.
Turn off that induction valve!
Check the other compartments.
Right.
Well, that one barely reached us. Looks like we're in the clear. Things are sort of messed up in there, but nothing serious. Okay, Hank. You can start for the Earth now. Make a 180-degree turn.
Right, Commando. Homeward bound. car reported that the spaceship has escaped.
Ship must not be allowed to land on Earth. Ready to Krog. Ready to Krog.
Come in, Reddick.
Commando Cody's rocket ship has escaped and is headed back to Earth. He has all the information about our planned invasion and must not be allowed to tell it to the authorities. Will you have a ray gun completed by the time he lands?
I'm afraid that is impossible, Your Excellency.
And use a bomb or any other weapon available. That ship must be destroyed before anyone can get out of it.
Yes, Your Excellency. You heard the orders?
Yeah, but it might not be that easy. There may be guards at the landing field.
Nevertheless, you will carry out instructions. I will furnish you with a bomb. You can devise some means for placing it under the ship the moment it lands.
How do we know when they'll get here?
I'll pick up their approach on my radar, so you can be in position when they land.
Just like we figured.
Yes. We've got to blast them. Then plant the bomb before anyone can get out of the ship.
Here she comes.
Going in for a landing.
Calling landing field. Calling landing field.
Landing field to rocket. Come in.
We're coming down. Is the field clear?
Yes, sir. We're all ready for you.
All right, Hank. Make your 180-degree turn.
You take the one on the right. Make it now. Let's get out of here.
They're taking off in a car. Look, Ransom, you guard the ship.
Step on it. It's hanging on to us. Give it all you can.
people on the moon are planning a direct attack on the world as soon as their saboteurs have softened up our defenses.
What do you think their chances are of succeeding?
You've seen what the ray guns have already done here. If they send out a fleet of rocket ships armed with atomic weapons like those, or perhaps even larger ones, it would be difficult to hold out against them.
Perhaps our best move would be to attempt an attack on the moon.
We'd be at a terrific disadvantage. I don't even see how we could land ships there in face of their ray guns.
We just can't sit here and wait to be attacked.
No, of course not. Reddick the ruler told me they plan to attack after their saboteurs here have accomplished their mission. If we could round up the gang operating here, we may stave off the attack until we are better prepared to meet it.
Yes, that's certainly the first thing to do. You know some of the saboteurs, don't you?
Yes, well, that is by sight. And my flying suit gives me a considerable advantage in running them down.
Right. I'll have you notified whenever there's another attack. In the meantime, we'll put every available man on this case. Goodbye, Cody.
Goodbye, sir.
I'll have this ray gun finished in a short time now. So you'd better arrange to get another truck to mount it in.
Okay, but I'll need some more money. You'll have to sell some more of those jewels you brought down from the moon.
I've only a few of them left, and I must keep those for an emergency. It will be necessary for you to take up your career of bank robbery.
Not me. I'm already on parole for that.
I know. But you would be wise to continue to obey my orders. Your more recent activities would be of extreme interest to the authorities. Will you need someone to help you?
Yeah, but they'll have to do the dirty work. Of course, I'll go along to check on them.
Very well. Make your arrangements at once. Select a bank which is located in a not too heavily patrolled area.
Something went wrong. Here they come.
After that guard. Step on it.
We ought to lose them now. We're out of traffic.
But we must have more money. You've got to get it somehow.
Not by any more bank jobs. I'm too hot in that business now. I'll have to figure out something else.
I'll radio the moon. Perhaps Reddick can advise us. Krog calling Reddick. Krog calling Reddick. Krog calling Reddick.
Come in, Krog.
I have to report that our scheme for obtaining money was a failure, Your Excellency. Can you suggest some plan that might be more successful?
I think I can. From what I hear of activities on Earth, kidnapping important persons and holding them for ransom has proved highly profitable. Commando Cody, who flew his rocket ship to the moon, is very valuable to the defense organization of his country. I suggest you select him.
An excellent idea. We shall carry it out at once.
It'll be a rough deal, but a lot safer than robbing another bank.
Of course. Commando Cody should be worth at least $100,000.
Shall we bring him here?
No. Hire a plane and take him to...
Cody?
Right over there.
Now, will you tell us where Cody is?
I don't know.
Why don't we grab her and use her to trap Cody? That's an idea. On your way, sister. Wait a minute.
What happened?
Those same two men who wrecked the ray gun, they came after you.
Where's Joan?
I don't know. Maybe they took her with them.
2 men and a woman drove away from here just as I came in. They were too far away to be recognized, but it must have been them. Police headquarters.
Okay, I'll tell him. The police found out that the car went to the East Side Airport, and a man took off with Joan in a chartered plane. They left just a few minutes ago.
If I'm lucky, I can catch them.
Get excited, sister. I'll take care of him.